We don't lay bokutin na the table. From the new cities. That's what I see. What to me talk more? So we want use me now for make example. But TAF Africa Global plan for build new cities na Salone. From the new cities to Sierra Leone police, we don't go Nigeria for make them all go able for work together. Oh, how nice. Salone and Nigeria police working together. From waiting happen in Guinea, where people then feel to say, to all the other things then we pass na your radar for this week. Make a begin for bring cam with panelists them on board. Welcome on board, whose friend? You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, AAA, for giving me the platform. And thanks for all your efforts we do for always bring me nearer to Sierra Leone with the happy day. And then thanks to all the listeners and viewers and here tonight or in the morning or wherever you find yourself. I'm looking at the summary for the week. Oh, actually for the weekend, but due to you work or things that will don't hold you. And thank you for all the efforts we do. Then things are actually plenty. In fact, you say you've done the all events and so on. But looking at the trend of events, then like what you mentioned before about Guinea, Salone, things that would happen there. I believe say me want look at like they try to talk about legislation that wouldn't they put and what they try to say, what are the obligations. You see, because most time people and they bring only politicians and they bring legislations and they get the public sector and then they ask again, what are the obligations? See, because when you bring the legislations there are many things like the other one where they stem up from last week where they say how people are able for settle disputes and things that want disagreement or even conflicts, wherein most times they address the thing the way they for address them, then they feel say that settle, we don't go settle now or we don't go down, we don't make them, and then we left our go because of the approach where people and they take in towards these things. But it all comes to whose idea where you the politician you get, and then whose idea you the civilian who you get, and then the belief back where you the civilian get towards the idea or the concept who they want to come put, and then the belief back where you the politician get, how then things here get for pass. Me, I believe say now this and this I been they do. Well, if somebody can't tell me this, I no go for believe and you get for tell me this. How you go able to gather the ideas there, how you go able to transmit them, where you go noticing a development or something where you promise the civilians there, how I go able for do them. Or waiting I go able for I go do as an obligation. Why no say me now the politician, me no obligation day for I go able for give waiting they need. And then you ask again, say, well, you the civilian, what you said they do? You get an obligation, of course. But the civilian obligation, it therefore let you go just or abide to the law. Where the legislators they can't put, and then when they abide to the law, they get back things that they say, okay, we don't abide to the law, would they abide to this? Then you will ask the politicians, what are your obligation back when the man if in the no more for let you go abide to the law, rather than you would go to the legislation, you they ask say now, I therefore get justice. So you come to the belief what people get, you therefore begin doubting what he understand about what he try for get. Then he gets a belief. Then you now where they try to say, and they can't bring this idea into a law. People and they ask now, and not believe say justice day. So you get for can begin to see how the things are they ravel years and years, they are raveling for years, decades. When people don't will put out strings for say, let we hold a constructive and something where they go to constitutional law, where people are go able to understand, who they put say that this we do, and then the constitution go, okay, no say, we they follow now, waiting are we duty, who don't put their laws there, we own duty now, for let the people like get that physical thing, like within the type of talk say, that one way like that, transforming things for like go become tangible, go see. So then your responsibility that one day, because that's an obligation where you get. So you get that responsibility, then you oblige to do it, and then the civilian oblige for accept the law and respect the law and able for you doing your duty back within your small place. But they find out say for years this don't happen, wherein the method where the civilians in the tribe for say that we go answer and then we go able for do with duty. And so that we go able for do your responsibility, it not they work most times because the apparatus then what you need for let you go perform or what you need for put here and gather here, waiting for let you able for do what in a business or do what in a education or do me on duty as a nurse or do me on duty as a police officer or do any right where even the ordinary civilian will not even involved in any of this sector, waiting them will do. And you go find out say, well, I not get this for do this because they not provide them. How I go able for answer to the law? Because you don't come, the car drivers, you come for let you go can fix them because you never try to consult, you never try for involve those you get for involved, you never try for ask what in the people and believe and understand. So sometimes you bring them, you they say yes, because this is a desperate time. Waiting on me on duty, the duty, the philosophy you again are the philosopher is in me obligation. But the obligation, you as a politician, you're always transforming it to suit with your own way where you go able for go along. Where sometimes you say, I'm gonna help the civilians. And they can't try for give them the education. And they can't try for not to do this. But most of the time, if the agenda where you bring come, you're not able to avoid wherein you go feel say you they run like something where a structure meeting where you be say where they make a meeting or you they go at the public they say the same thing over and over. You know they say make I go decide, make I go able to see the one day where they attend, the one day where they go meet, the one day when they attend this. These are the public sector. Whether you go through mass media, you they tell them, then they listen up, or you go hold a meeting at Barre, or you go to them for tell about what in the constitution they mean. So you find out say waiting they cause this because the constitution in some areas they lack coherence. You see, like beside then they originate, then they change every time, then they change. And when they change, they left one day. I look at the case now court about dual citizenship. The origin of there was actually a good idea with a concept of trying to make people that in a diaspora get right for this or dual citizenship and so on, which was a good idea to somebody, and they say, okay, the idea will get questionable. But now put it now where it's a good idea they're trying to bring. Then you go look at now the constitution, you get 1991 Act 6, you begin to look back, they talk about like the lady who came, he talk about 1973. Then from there, it transformed to 1976 amendment, 2006. So you find out, say, the consistency of that area. They would say that is one of the apparatus that will maybe will go out for use for, will make the things that will work out. It looks, it not look clear. It not make them into one. For where they go say, no, just call A is A. Looking at saying they never make things into one. Now we just combine 86, 96, 96 review. We pull everything what people will get for argue about. Say, now we go back, go take that one in that section. With that act, we bring down. Now we say 47, when they talk about PEA, 47.3 about civil rights. You talk about section 126. We will talk about constitution. You talk about 123. You begin to call all this because they broaden them and they open the space where the people like therefore can play with this. So you get to find out that this is the area where people are going to say this is my obligation or this is my purpose. What I will get for do, waiting I will legislate. You look the flow where I not go try for filter out things which are meant to be filtered and make it a whole one thing where I will look to so I avoid loopholes. So I'm not going to say we will look to this type of citizenship or people that win Afro this. So we will try to make it a uniform way so that we avoid people and would go waste time for wasting the valuable time for the courts, where in the man who don't carry the courts now, Well, now one day I'm not see that money there. Let me pray say he get him for go pay because he's gonna having to pay that because all the people that the court pronounce him, the one pronounce him, why he waste? Because interest was saying they do a withdrawal action. But it all come to understanding you obligation we get for do. But you didn't do them because of a reason when are you passionate one. You know, look, say, now so the constitution say, you bring the affidavit, say, I get a motion of withdrawal the case. After I don't go no say this Maya, he don't make. So you careful get an engagement, you careful understand the system. What do you believe? Transform them. So the citizens can go able to forget, or whether they evolve into a law sector, then go evolve because everybody they can interpret it in. When you come and say, oh, well, I don't go put case in a court. But in the end, there was something behind it where when they helped throughout, the government were able to listen because you get now the Attorney General who they look up to, so he go able to maintain a legal duty as an advisor, so that when if you go into jurisdiction now to the parliament, so we'll know what the parliament will say. Because these are all now statements that they don't give. They say based on those statements, then they try to see because in the end, we not see actually they pass a verdict, but a more of statement, but based on the statement, they can't go now before the panel. We don't get for look into this. Now the Attorney General get for take this now, he get for doing executive responsibility for let it go. So say the justice day, not to just people and for have advice to the law. You see, the law people and therefore follow up. But you, the law way you put is their justice. And then you don't believe. You transform and for let people to understand. You get the coordination between the leaders them because you get for deal with things and address them. Because when you go fix something, there is a method where you put the something, and when you fix it, it turn back most time because the tools you use to fix it, some of them might drop on the way. And when you fix it with wrong tools, because you vex, you drop the tool, and that tool you drop it because you're thinking it's not working, or you might think I fix it, or I don't do this. But most times you left the residual, and this is what they use to turn around. We are not in favor of a military coup because we don't see what war don't cause in the country. We're not there in favor of people in the revolt. But the idea is, are you managing the things for let you go know the things, or they do things because of your greediness, or are they try to increase salary? Then are not increase the salary of them, or are they even reduce them so we go able to get more from them? So you begin see people and they get resentment. Even the resentment don't come from long since what if you don't they get them, then then they try now for find which are the most immediate, so then they act on them. So now for that, when you address something, never leave untouched stone. You get that obligation for no say, when I sit down here, I get for do waiting the people them really do because now constructive comments I they do. Whenever I get a meeting there, I get for engage that they get constructive comment. I they show waiting on your responsibility as a politician toward the public sector. And that's something that you go see people then go able to say, we serve now, we on duty this for what we will serve. You can blame against the civilians and they cause all this sometimes, but you can't again say there must be an area people can get for meat in the middle. So development will go. When you say due diligence, don't mean say no more that word they go for left and for right. You get for ghost check force. This Maya, why they can't get tailor work, he get machine, he get thread, or he get for buy the cut the lapa, or na me get for go buy them. Before you go say, oh, I dey go for go show gown. Because you sure you get the materials, you get the tailor, you don't see how they perform, then you go do them. But if you just say, well, I dey go buy them, well, you don't know. If they might even get something, pray one come, you get more close that we don't show. Just because of that one day. Whether because of the time when you come, what you not do, when you go left them, you bear with the old clothes. Rather than you go get that clothes tomorrow, you forgot to not tell already in the month, begin to cause trouble. Then see, look at that man there, and they can't cause now. Because you not do due diligence. It's just a minor one. But these are the things in development where leaders get for look say, when I get a contract, I have to see all these factors ready. I get for do all this, and I get for see waiting they get for reflect. In the end, the individuals then go do ownership. What would they go get a bilateral commitment? Who would they get? If they can't invest in, maybe they try to receive. Is there going to be something progressive? yes, you will say, okay, but you want to know how far that one they get for go for years. You get for look at a bit further, wherein you engage the one that we need for engage, leaders then they, local people and they, but most times now, then they left the civilian, only the force and follow go, I believe, to waiting the law say, and then waiting they happen. There is no justice at all. And then the justice sometimes it come in the form of a democratic way, then you tell we. But the democracy now has been changed to a false democracy because you see things which are coming, are they constitutional? Then they help we follow, we develop. We they see how then they do things most of the time. But most times, you they see things and they happen where leaders and they say, we don't do this. Now we said they go back to this thing happen. But in the end, you see all the time wasted, they come back to zero. You see? So this is what I just want for cinema for the week. So God will make leaders, and we back the civilians who say we will able to know how we able to approach certain things. We know they do things in a violent way. Oh, we know say this, we don't point out for later, you know, we make again. We they channel with things. But others then go question back, we don't channel, are they listening? So that's the area now. Are they listening? So if they get for listen, they get for no say the listening power comes from the obligation we will get for the we serve the citizen. If we not listen them, we will just they say we they fix, we know they manage, and then the things that we will they use for fix, and then get for turn around, then get for affect feedback. So get for make sure so we clear all areas. We will avoid resentment. I know go say now because of resentment, and they go to court, go put that man. They're not even right. I'm not even sit down for consultants say this no go work because that man they don't declare this and that. That's an example. There are many things people and they take move. You see, or let me go call this person for can help. Then when they can't help, because I need call for help, like somebody in a very neighboring country, I call for help. Well, this man no go do. This man he don't serve every side. I don't call for can't do this. But you they fail for realize say waiting at the do as a duty. Me duty me that just I not do them. So I they believe I don't push them out to the corner. We don't want those scenarios. You see, we don't want the people that have resentment. So we only want transition wherein people in the level legacy and the legacy they work for you. You don't even have to force them again because they get the duty to vote and the rights. You see, they know say the law say na for go vote. They know say na so na like a tradition. Now belief for the philosophy. Now in a way, but let the philosophy go further of expecting development. Where it be say and not even get for border for campaign. They are going to say, boy, you left Naya. Even if they increase years and years, people are going to be blind because the duty is for your as a responsibility as a politician for let the public sector not go look you as a traitor, but then they look you as a healthy leader where they make things develop. And I hope say leaders then will they learn lessons. Sometimes things they happen for you will say, oh, let I recollect, let I do this. Some of the things are happening far and near. So we pray, say, we are a peaceful country. We've known what it means. Let we go how people and get for need we for do. Lord, we know they say they are going to vote for us. We will then have to decide, say, we are going to vote for you. And then there is progressive sustainable development, a peaceful transition, and things that get for workout. Like the police, like you say, there was a time where everyone it get for mention. Where if they use that strategy today, even in politics, even in other things, then they know say people and get different behavioral pattern. The one they Kabbalah and they behave different. The one they would they born are different. Geographically, how they deal with them. If they're able to put that concept where they talk, so I really man, we talk about this. You get to know how they deal with people. If they transform it in reality, not just to say it. If you don't have the apparatus, come back. If you don't know, so you're able to strengthen your institution, so people then will able to become law abiding. Then you go understand, you go deal with them case they are because you know how the people and they behave, how I go engage them. Then they will know their level of engagement into the law. So those are all kind of things where you go know say obligation, how you go do your duty, what you get for put inside, what you now me get for belief say, now you get for be, now so me say they interpret based on the belief. And when I what you see and what you feel, and they all they come. What you feel and what you see. So those are all the areas of my hopes. So and get for the look, so that we go always get hopes, and the hopes and will be real. So now I need a contribution. And thank you once more for all the help we do, and thanks to all the listeners in via. Let God continue for help we. Let God continue for make the leaders them, and together the one the way and the lead, then get for see fine. Let how they transform their minds. Because when you transform the mind of somebody for a particular reason, you dey make kind when you bring something real, you not go see again because you don't used to a pattern. You not nurture them to something where you will forget used to, where you go come a legacy go time. Because when you kind even for can't tell them something, say, oh no, when I not do this, when I not do this, you go see say because of the pattern of life where they don't used to, you go they see say irregularities, then go they people then go they behave so, then go they behave so. So till you get out there self for say, let me understand what they do. If you don't become sometime a bit late until thing outburst now. We are not waiting for outburst. We are waiting for things we will all they go parallel together. Politicians, civilian, public sector, and then the one who will there in the middle is that judicial, that law, where then they obey the justice, and go they between. And so they go, will they get the recipient, will they say they receive from we, then developments will come. But when you see one sector just they move one way to another way just because of ideology, resentment, this person don't do me this, or this man a competition, like that go say, of things that what they cause about people in this week. One for say, oh, me na me sabi, or na me no more hold this position. Sometimes you might know, but when you don't engage, you don't engage, even within the sector. Even within the politics, you go like engage them, like buy knowledge from them, how go able for use them. You go just say, you want to, but you left people and they sit down, then they go begin, they go say, well, this man will not want to. Even within your own group, when I will get small faction, because they say, then they make people and get, then they get small group where they come up from other group because of disgruntledness. Because when you can't fix, you know, manage things well, and so always it happen. But I pray, say, we realize and go know all these little things. They are small things. They don't look at, say, I'm not secured. They don't look at what say are not secure in terms of the actual security or financial security. Because I didn't think they make most times, not all of them, but many of them, that security of say, la no commodities, I know feel safer I can't give us ordinary man. Or I know why again for go be security work because I want for acne of where to go tell me go far. We all know say this is what might be in one way. But why it go be? Because we are not sacrifice for develop. The time when I go develop, when I all go just sit down and relax now. Nobody no go glad if go not go worry for take more than the other. When I go just get maybe a gap way for say I respect you, like when they say I respect me, daddy. Not to that one day why they respect you, say, or you they fear, say, I get more. I give more and more. We they say not even half and quarter with the ordinary man they live on. This is not what we want. We want that one that sacrifice, then they get for try. And there is a need for sacrifice. And when the need for sacrifice get for occur, it will come with something where now whether they don't give the sacrificial time, now then get for help them tomorrow. Because you know what's that position when you don't help your country, when you don't make it develop, it is struggle, you go help them. But then they try for help way, but the help they helping are securing these two things. Then fear of being in the community and the fear say they're not going to get wealth, where then go live the substantial. Like where we understand. But when you fix the system, you go live in the system, you get a hospital, you don't go overseas, you get the good roads, you also nobody you know go just go to some because people then get able to afford that woman day. So when you deprive them in a way you know go lose and deprive them, now because people then believe what they get, it transform to a revolution, a dispute, a conflict. We don't want that. Let God help we and thank you very much for giving me the platform. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Yeah. You're most welcome, yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, that's now Usfriend in your summary for today. Well, I'll come with Tony Toure Jones. Make we hear waiting in get for we today. Welcome on board, Tony. You get the platform.
Yeah, Abraham, good evening. Carbon Kushek people them the fumble them. The first one where I want for so see you mention and you am very well. We not the issue where happen at Guinea. We know say not to an isolated case. We'll just brush like that to ignore them because we all know the impact where they get on the economy because basically a lot of things then the way na Guinea they go back and bring a cancer. And we they see people and they give them views on Facebook and this and that. I don't think so. We want waiting happen at Guinea for like happen at Salom. Because for every time you get instability in government, I mean, there are plus and minuses. But just like we mentioned, Guinea na Guinea, salon na salon. The way we don't use to handle situation like this, now so then they handle am. We see the same pattern. We that is ourselves do the same thing, and it fits them. You understand? And we know how follow that trend. There's some people that they say, hey, this and that, blah blah blah. They call we soldier, they say then as scouts, like this. Yes, let them maintain. I mean, there is an easy way and cost-effective way you could take for pull the government through the ballot box rather than we get for use. Just like you say, we sabi fala makata and we fala makata we dey do am pass the one that we do am. So with the big deal, a lot of people don't know the inside to soldier them. If the government's not they do fine, there is easy means we'll go use for me to get them out. But let we know the you understand. But again, the government will get for talk to now. This now an opportunity they work in they say for let we able for build the little things then when we get. Why they mention this? We not they say let we do free ports, like again get free ports. No. And for years, for when we small, Guinea get free port. You understand? And we know and we this takes a lot for example, we see how with business people the way they want go Guinea, how they go the Yagba for get dollar. That's the way EcoBank no carry it because now EcoBank don't make it easy because EcoBank they Guinea they salon. So if you get money in your account in a salon and you go now Guinea, you get access to your account, you pull the money, you're able to do business there. But imagine the amount of people that would go Guinea for good business to go is the good deal, Liberians in the good day, Sierra Leoneans in the good day, and these people they go foreign exchange. A crisis like them period, we are not competing with Guinea, you understand? But let we look at if we self get a similar advantage wherein we get then kind things here now we port wherein people then they bring goods then come and very cheap and all. You understand? Definitely Sierra Leone will be the best destination for make people that they come for can get. And then they go inject so much foreign exchange into the economy. We're even able for boost all this because mind we know the exports. So for the export, foreign exchange will come. But we're not the export. So you get for make we country become more attractive for make certain things than the way they happen. Because now remember say if because yesterday they don't lock border. If they don't open border for 1 week, now we can feel the pinch. Prices go start going up. Other things then go feel the effect. So we can beg the government. We're not the same when I was should do, but when I begin thinking that like when I begin look at that particular advantage, you understand? Because if we make the country more attractive, we're able to enjoy more comparative advantage. You understand? Just like we don't just say this. Guinea and then they supply we cold storage and products before we use for manufacture we own. Now, no, they close the plants. They manufacture in plants now, Salo. Now, all they do now is just distribution. And when they close the manufacturing plant, a lot of people lost their jobs. So many things they compounded when we make them, they do that. One taxes, one them lights, they didn't override, keep increasing, and then sales started going down because now there a lot of competition. You get them rubber drink, then we can begin compete with them, so they don't be free but they don't be for match up. You understand? And when you compare, even you go generates from cold storage alone is far more than the revenue that they generate from the other companies and the way they sell them over there. But the advantage then business people then way that the consumer they look at because no need for go to bottle, no need for go anything and they because you're not involved with returnable packaging materials. So when you look at all that things, so with the big governments, there are certain things in the way we want to them perfect. We don't say just like what you say in your opening way you say they don't promise but promise. We don't want to let them big things then when the country they drive, when businesses they do very well, even if they count affordable houses, even if that man not they work for government, but once they do business, he able get in business turnover, they increase, they see volume, they see this, they see viable, he able buy, he able invest in that thing, and they go able buy houses. But for now, they do their small thing and they affiliate to things that the way they go able beef for economy. We're not able to address certain things there because we don't need for that too much now. People then they will know say there are a lot of things that they way they go as planned. No, they go because if you take the manifesto, you look at them, what good thing that the way they happen right now, they go as planned. So certain things they even fit for rollout. What you see the commission and the rule. Now for let's just be say they do a normalized strategy. Let's be say no, then do a. Let not say it didn't at the book. We not make efforts for doing, but the implementation, just like you mentioned, the airports not even started. A lot of things and the way they promise not even started. Make them forget about them things then they. They're equally important, but there are other things that were much more important. Where they can put premium at pan. If they put premium at 19 and the way we talk always now, I mean, I will repeat it again. But other institutions, then they, we have to build institutions. We're going for generate revenue. We're going for pay staff there because our get friends they say most times money now they so they can therefore they put pressure on what's a key for pressure for let them do this, let them do that, for let them get money for pay with it. And so much resources don't come. So you ask yourself, what are they doing with some of those resources? Okay, you will say recurrent expenditure, then therefore pay teacher and everything, and that money they don't not waiting. But let us build institutions. Now, if you take the mobile companies, for example, look at Sierra. I'm sorry, look at Airtel, we don't change to Orange. Look at Africell. You understand? Look at all them one and the QCell. Look how viable. Ask anybody who don't work for a mobile company. They will tell you how viable mobile company be. Anybody where they work for ISP, internet service provider, they will tell you what the turnover they get in terms of revenue. But we get we own institution, Sierra Tel. If these people can build Sierra Tel, Abraham, I'm telling you for fact, Sierra Tel alone go able to pay ministers then. I'm telling you, he could pay the workers them, and then go able to pay the ministers them, and then go because it depends on how they market her. So you make you become more attractive and able to compete against all these private sectors. Even we medical. If they make them more attractive, then they invest. It's like business. They consider what we did. Not business, capitalist or market economy. People then invest and make money. People then pay taxes. The states get money through those taxes. Some of these businesses providing those funds there, they're privately owned, but because of the environment, the platform, if they viable for me them do business and make profit, the states or the council where they operate at the end of the day, they must make money because they must make money through taxes. They make money through different things there. You understand? But that's the fundamental things then they. No, say for example, without me don't always say this now. We health system. First time people then they come outside. Even this Guinea, they come a besene na losa. Then get an eye hospital where people in the car hospital for people in the come over center, people in the car. And these people carry money. Let's just make the country more attractive. Wait till we get, we build on the institutions the one we get, they will become more viable with good leadership. But when we get these institutions, we take square pegs and put them there, we take our young family or we take paddy, you know, say you not get the required skill, you not get the leadership, you not get the administrative, okay, we go put them there, definitely what you expect. So you just didn't know where they eat money. For example, Salpost, what is Salpost doing? What is Apple's doing? And the director is making money. They get allowances. They get this. I'm not saying they should not pay them, but what value are they adding? What value are they adding? And the people and the way they did. So they have to think outside the box. Probably have to be more, they get initiative. How they can able to compete, how they can able to grow those businesses. If we concentrate on the 5 areas and what other countries they leverage on, what other countries they take advantage on. We don't need for go big. We don't need. We go even proud. We go even become self-sufficient. Our economy go the boom because those institutions, the way open, where they run and they operate, they must recruit people. Then more companies go come. Other people then when they see say yes, this country if you do business, say there's profit. Anybody before you invest, you can for do what you call due diligence. You can for see what's in the advantage. What is there for me? Am I going to make profit? What you go take the return on the investment? ROI. How long it go take for me to begin recoup? Because you know they just invest today, you begin make profit tomorrow. It takes time. You get some spread. Then cost the way you don't invest, you get for get what's in your core. You understand? So you look at all those things. So when we want to do business, a journey businessman, we compare salon. If I go open business at salon, if I go open business in Ghana, if I go open business in Guinea, when I will make profits, when do I start making profits? You understand? So we careful make we country more attractive. You understand? If we not make them more attractive, we will always see. The problem here. A very good thing where this guy said he can't build affordable houses. This is the last area I want to touch on. The guy said it. He said people then they say if not cheap houses them. He said there is no cheap houses. And he mentioned, he said no cheap house no day. Expensive, you get from able for make you use the word affordable. So it's not like everything will be accessible to everybody, where everybody will able for compete or buy. You get for able for afford them. Because if you pay no good, like when we get to poor labor, we labor laws na salary is very weak. They make thief, but people are not being paid well. Definitely, those houses who if you say go come buy them, now foreigners go come buy them back. Foreigners now then go come buy them houses then because this typical Sierra Leonean, the one when they way bond, no go afford that. So they probably now the bourgeoisie, the one the way they up, the high ups, now they go for buy. But the people that we actually wait for say now they if for serve, now they if for benefits. They don't get for meet cost because look at the cost of materials right now. Look at the cost of material. Cement in May at 70, 75,000, 80,000. In May, now it's 110. Iron rod is over 10 million. Then 5/8 is over 22 million for 5/8 one ton. You understand? This I mean it's possible. I know about it because I'm using them. You understand? So when you look at things, then they all so compounded. How did they go invest in a salvo? What are we invest? Tell me true. Even you and a Sierra Leone, when an indigenous Sierra Leone, if the platform, the basic thing they want for make, I begin do business within 2 years, 3 years for begin make profits, I go only capital. What do I do? Only capital, what it costs? Cash trapped economy. Money not the whole. The actual business people, they owe them money, they know they even. Guinea, when I did them, they buy, send goods, they know they have got now, look what's happening at Guinea. So who gonna starve? We as the poor people in there for starve. Then when they open they feel us. So they get for look at those nitty-gritties, then little things then they. We can always say they get for involve the business people, the business class. They probably might not get PhD. They probably might not get masters. But these people are masters in their own crafts. Some of these Fulaman, some of these Lebanese, some of these, they've been doing business. Some of them are not born it. Some of them are not even go college or get a PhD. So they know the in and out of business. They know what's in and how business they operate. You understand? But most times they ignore them. And the guys, you see, waiting a Flama talk the other day. It says salon economy, then a streets. Who don't know the meaning? Where meaning? Where would I know? Where they think? 360. Now deep meaning, and they say salon economy, then a streets. Which means then then at the end, they never controller. Now people then they regulate the economy, the one the way they do business within a street. So if they don't look to all them things, then they just feel say, now they're waiting a sabi. No. These people have been in business. We can always say they have to involve the business people, the indigenous business people. They not see them like say they don't get education. These people are very, very smart. You understand? That's not me on take Abraham.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you, Abraham.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes, Kalai live on here. You name and side call from please.
Hey, my brother, the lost Will. Thank you very much for taking me call. This now Umar the call from Los Angeles.
Yes, Umar, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Hey man, you said on Saturday business days. I give you 3 minutes.
Okay, you get 5 minutes.
All right. Anyway, my brother, just a joke. But I tell you, my brother, just like waiting Tony they say, the India man them or British man them, wherever, we open them communication company and a salon. Airtel, Africell, QCell, whatever sell. You know the reason why they still stick in a salon? Because then they make profit. Why is Airtel not for make profit? It I say Africa they in a shambles. When people are they not care about a fellow human being. And then people they understand, say, we the rest, some of we all sit down in the same classroom, or we be even eat the same condor, the same bulgur. But once they don't they under, now like kapu, 5 years ago, I not be even outside the next meal they come out. Now for make us up before we own 5 years done, or before we own 10 years done. Now then guy at the back. This guy, they're not serious about the nation. The other day, then there was with a call group what they call the Green Movement. I've been there, me and some people that they argue. I said, what thing Madabi you don't do? Show me. Me na visual learner. Show me. When they talk, say talk and do. What thing you don't talk, where you do? Show me. What thing this man don't do? People that they go salon at the country where some nothing that where they go up, it can't down. Just like what Tony they say, myself come on the April. Cement have been $75 and 75,000 are not done for. I not even put fences there, not a plaster, which I get for need boku cement. Now look who side don't go. Maybe by the time they go free changes no January or February, they go don't go up to 200,000. So would I get for billows now in a salon? Just Lebanese and Flaman? Because they don't get the money that they just like what Tinton is saying. It's a salon economy in a street. Now the people in they in a street. Lebanese and Flaman, they get salon economy. Not even we. Just like what them in the cross street, they walk come they say una craze, na Lebanese and Maraka and Fula, then they take una diamond. Now then the rich people, the una the main corner people that we born they una that just they give una handout. Then they go on. Now Lebanese and Fulaman them. Now then get the economy. Not to we. Then somebody they talk say, look what Timarabio, you go where something happen. Instead of you create an enable environment, let people then get job. You the wait till you the pray to God for let problem happen. You go there, go give them 5,000 like last week. We go give 10 million to about 10 or 15 people. People are begin gladdy. Hey, why you for gladdy for that? You don't get nothing for it. How much that 10 million they at $1,000? What's he gonna do for you? If I don't protect you more than that, this man not they do anything. Zero zip. Me now one of the people that will be the raise me voice now. I don't even attack my own brother in Philadelphia. I say when I give the man chance, he go do something. APC be done for 11. But my God, this guy, he need to do zero, nothing. All them things and wait till he call. Me no call again. None of it. But they say na talk and do. Talk and do. You know that guy went in the talk from that Banjul guy. Batters Gambia now only 2 million. We they go up close to 9 million for not pass 8 million. I don't know that they do the counting. Look who's how we dey. We not get affordable housing. Because that rubbish just like Stevie me below them they call local housing, not to nothing. Look who's how people them they sleep. If we not bless this mayor, we come and put modalities together. We now with the get rain, we need to see too many casualties. Like this year. Will not see that much like the past 2-3 years during APC time. Then you throughout them 10 years, people then they die like fish when rainy season come. Let God bless this mayor. Even that, then they fed the lady. They do all kinds of things. The other day I see under the news when they talk say one of these ministers would go and build car wash. He go build car wash right who sign up for build car wash a drainage area. The minister the talks I go continue for talk till you not continue for build car wash now because you want make name. How you go build car wash now a drainage area? That the thing is, them people are not care. They're not care about this government, but the people in that country. We see an 83-year-old man. I tell you something. I hate coup d'etat. I not like coup d'etat. It's not good for any nation. But my God, how far you go push the people then? We see small Pikino, Combrao, Beloman all day yesterday. They watch this thing on social media. People then they dance like say they give them millions of CSF franc na their hand. Then they dance na the street na Guinea. Then they dance because they say now yesterday while they watch Al Jazeera, they find out Guinea get oil. Guinea they even get more bauxite than we. All NTR, then people here. Just a group of people just don't know what they hold on to themselves. Say, we not care about you now all. We not want to die. We not want to live on 50 cents a year. Now, our own problem. Who they live on 50 million, $50,000, $100,000 room hotel. They do all kind lavish money, all kind way. They said we now want to reach 1,000. The entire resource where God give the nation now no more for it. The man sit down, it is something, it just the change. It don't go for 2 times, it take the constitution, change up. Not of us, we don't want that. We don't want that our country, but how far you go push human being? Look how people, you go na free tongue, somebody will all sit down at the same classroom, somebody will all grow up. You look at in teacher don't my mouth. The body odor, the smell, you walk out near, you party them. Somebody AC on the hand, you go and vomit. And not that already happened, not to their liking. If you say somebody want for grab the morning, the first way they think about not just food, and not even think for brushing teeth. Why you not get the one for brushing for eat? I go worry about something for brushing teeth. They don't talk, say they need to work around. If the mother be awake and go hope you open anything and they where they walk around, with that crowd they can care near them. You need to smell them, you need to smell people them. Then they say, them people are in the sofa. Because if mortal man body they smell, he hope he mouth the gas in body odor. Not for saying I'm liking, not for saying you want to live that way there. But in no day, you know go do something, not go tell you, say, man, me fellow human being, me country people in the sofa. People in the sofa. Then guy are not care. And this guy, man, I don't know, like say it just don't zoom in. Say, I can care less, but to not all. Like say it just don't go in that zoom mode. Then they talk about education. Yeah. But not education no more. What about people in livelihood? Man, thank you very much, my brother. With people in the sofa.
Thank you very
now,
much.
I don't know what I got for. I don't know what I got for Belos again at salon because the layman don't go for able for Belos. What side things and they go so. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. You name and who the call from, please.
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike. You get 5 minutes, sir.
For tell Umar later, you know, stress too much. You know, say they're full man. They don't vote for another country. They never do nothing. But I just want to say, we all don't see what don't go on in Guinea. I urge all Sierra Leoneans there, wanna take it easy, wanna calm down, you know. And one more year I don't left for them full man they wanna vote for. You know, wait 2023 can 2022 they cancel. 2023 wanna vote them out because they are a full man and no. You know, now then they talk about housing. Like say now that they want use for campaign. I tell you, no investor will get good brain, not they go invest under this administration. Yeah, no investor. Now yeah, with the Akon come, you see them people there. Where you go one day, you know, kai again. Idris Elba car, you see them people there. Where you go one day, you know, kai again. You know, all man the car, they see them people there, and go they no kai again. If it's in a full country where they say the bank governor, they say money not in the bank. Where you say the judiciary, not the work for the people there. People are not full, oh. Investors are not full. Boku company they holding a salon so they can't close because the taxes then too high. You know, taxes then too high. So that now radio Wataki now they can't begin tax with more again for the ship things and go under because money not go there for pay nobody. And when a complete full money now they put in power so complete full money they don't know how to do nothing in that country there, nothing, absolutely nothing. You know, it's a shame. Where the people then put now for change the country. Oh, na just the thief all thing. And that full man Ben Kefala incident, like say, they chase people that want to. I don't understand it's not Ben Kefala in problem. I don't really getting problem at all. I'm not getting problem. The people that the thief the money, you know they see them. Bank governor say money not in a bank. You know they go find out why money not in a bank. Now they say they get one account. How the money missing all at the bank? What's wrong with Ben Kefala? You know the work? But when a teacher then they can go pull him muscle pa, you know, teacher then. Now they can go pull him muscle pa. I just want to urge all Sierra Leoneans, una be 2023 they can't just know. Now 2021 don't so. Una be una keep una head up. Another thing for Lima, you know, I don't understand why they go take policeman put in a trunk for. You know, but you don't get respect for policeman in other country. Eh? Yeah, Solomon, I don't understand. When they get a small power, no, but then they abuse everything at the country. What you don't know, they talk to people they're lawless. Now that's self lawless. You know, completely lawless. You know, they disrespect policemen in the country. When they disrespect the soldier man there, when they disrespect the judiciary, when they disrespect the parliament, when they talk to people they're lawless. So una see those on lawless. And then people, yeah, man, Salon, we get for wise up, man. What they choose people, how they put people in the power. Let make sure they put the right people in, so our country go look good in the future. You know, not to tribal business, not to party business. Not put the right people in place, so we country go look good. So we go move forward. We go able to develop a country. But right now, it's just the way Salon there is sad, man. No investment on the go under. Even me say what I mean, I not get mine go invest in Salon. You know, I depend bill also, but I stop her because look the price of building material, the price of cement. It's so embarrassing, man. And I'm your contribution, Annie, bro.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Yes, caller, the live on here. You name and who the call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel, they call from Oregon.
5 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. First of all, I want to join Mike um, and the same advice for Lobby. We saloon people and patients, the military, let all patients and let we all abide by the constitution we'll get in our country and the law we work with democracy. And I say democracy is very, very difficult for lay it be completely applied in Africa in general. And so the reason why they see what they happen in Guinea now because the people them way with the elect democratically, then they try to abide by the democracy itself. Mike just mentioned Lima for abuse and power. So I want to let the one the way then they in power. If you they shake right now about military intervention, now because una not they do the right thing. Now una self they begin for abuse the military, the police. Now una self they begin for use them for abuse the law. When una begin use them for abuse the law, then una self go begin watch una back where it come. The constitution they make us clear for let una make us separate, for let una not use them, but when una come na power, the moment nothing happen, una never use the law, una they use them for abuse other people. And no way something like this happen now, una all begin shake now una boots. Now because una not they abide by the very constitution we elect una and bring una na power, And this they go to the military too. If una they sit down, then they use the una like tool for go una places and kill people them and overrun with people them. Now that very people and they where you take oath for defend. Now that very then people and they now for them una they take the oath for protect them and their property. But now una they sit down back people and wait and they in authority then they use una. Una know they ever try to study the constitution and quote some law. The reason why America the police oversee what una they admire, then get the abusive action the way that they take, obviously the biasness and all that thing. But when you begin quote law na ya to policeman, it begin push back small. Because they self know, say if the law way they quote Torah, if he go against her, he go end up for get problem. The only loss in job, it end up for go jail. But na yanda una did and they use una like a tool, una not sabi una your country law, una not get time for read themselves. Where they put that small uniform by you now, they begin pass for abuse people. Read the constitution. That oath way they take now, there are very people and they we supposed to protect and their property. So big man not for come na office and begin using like tool all over the place. Like say get no one green brain. Before you they become captain or before you they become lieutenant, you they go sit cadet where you they use the brain for the right and sit, not to just physical activity before you get that button. Who side that brain they go? Where one person can sit on our offices, they use you like tool all over the place. Una take time because una they go around and kill people and they see una. Tomorrow way that power change without saying you they in not did it again. Where they begin round up una now they tell una they know say this what you doing not fine. So please, we want peace now. The country we don't want the democracy law wait. Where the time reach, we go vote and wait. We go the one that wait and they incite anything. Wait that it can't conditional. All the study they knock here again. Now the poor man now him back then they go and take advantage of us. So please, we don't want that. Lord, wait for 2023, we vote. All right. And then the next thing, the last time Triple A, you talk about political product. We and I don't know who's the Minister of Trade did it. We find out just they say then they call him doctor. So on Saturday or 2 Saturday ago, I talk about running the race. If you get the capacity, then put you in a place. Who's you left at? Who's you left that day? The thing is so simple, Where Dangote come now the country and say, oh, it can now become a middleman. We go make the price of cement go down.
What did this government do? Them go begin slapping taxes upon taxes. What is wrong with the wire? Would that the gay advice on way? See, put the even the man way then at the street. Way ask and Jesus will tell you say na boku taxes the way then they put for them people and I make they will not use. My God, look at the nonsense way then they talk about affordable. You feel say the man and the way they can at the country for can build affordable house where you they talk about the materials the way then they buy them if they buy one bag cement for 130,000 euros. You feel say way then go build that house today, then go tell man say, yeah, I can't pay 1 million euros for one room. Yo, because not a businessman. You win a government. You know, all you know they need to try for these places where they say they develop. Una not they study there. Una not they study America. You know how many subsidies where America they give oil companies? And then they talk all kind of talk. Oh, what kind of power we go take that subsidies? Oil company will go because all the sudden way they can then they find out say that truck way they pass cross country. Now gas they use. All the sudden then they even add the subsidy again. Then they add the subsidy because they know say any America way they grab for go work. Now few now they take public transportation. Everybody they drive. The US they spend a lot of subsidy on oil companies now. They not they only allow them for let them research and dig oil. Then they give them all kinds of subsidy, all kinds. Then they complain, but then they give them because they know say that they we need for continue for engine this economy. We give, I don't know what's the qualification where Minister of Trade gets back. We all this year they continuously happen at the country. Well, I know one day see a call emergency meeting, call the attention of the president, the Minister of Finance. He said, hey, so this is going bad. This is going bad. Simple thing. We get cement company now we country. You know, the same idea where white man be used from 1835, where that man go na India, he come back in a British Parliament, he can't tell them, say, what they don't go see na India. It's very, very powerful. The only way we'll go turn their mind, we'll begin change their mind and tell them, say, we own what they teach them, and the best. Now, the only way that they will conquer them. Now, that same thing then they happen. Anybody where they try for bill for you now, Sierra Leone, where they tell about Sierra Leone cement, you know better. Then don't so ingrained in them brain, but then don't believe say na Salo cement no better. This government, almost when he calls Sierra Leone company where they make that cement in that country, they can tell us what do you need for able produce cement for winner so that we go sell them at least 50,000 euros. Let them tell you say we need $5 million. You go see this stupid government not get $5 million for give that company. That thing that way you subsidize that now you know say you don't give them. They give you timeline. By this timeline we will go down, upgrade all the machines that for able to produce this amount of tons of cement so that we will sell and this amount to we people. Hey bro, you not get that money there for fix that machine there so that anybody that way come and say one can produce cement in Sierra Leone. They can produce. If we own there at 50,000 euros or 55,000 euros, you can sell you 70,000 euros. Now you business, you want left the Sierra Leone one and go buy that day, go buy it. Hey, bro, come on. Hey, Sierra Leone, come on, leaders, come on. Now make sacrifices on things that way viable in the country, so that people that wealth they go spread. Get the capacity for run the race. Let them put you there. That's now one leg. The other leg now ethics. Using moral for work according to the constitution so that we will continue for run the race. If you put man there, we not get the capacity, not get the ethics, we are not running a race. Sierra Leone is not going anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel, our last caller for today. The part where Ezekiel they talk for the cement for government for subsidize. Government go say no, if they subsidize, then they can't go Guinea for go sell. Because that's what they are for the fuel, the petroleum products. They say no, because they can't go Guinea for go sell. So because they say that they can't go, so we all for suffer. Okay. Make I just squeeze the person in. I know say I be don't say Ezekiel now we last caller. I make I just squeeze this person in quick. Yes, caller, you there like Hmm. You did live on here, your name and side call from, please.
Consensus Union from Australia.
Yes, let me do one quick, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. The last post you were making presentation in view was very correct. The problem with Sierra Leone, we get a fixed mind, especially in terms of how we buy commodities. Sometimes now we self can cause commodities then for be increased on we own thinking. The Sierra Leonean mind, if you go free turn, if somebody na Nike, he believe for buy. I like you can go a Puma or Adidas shoes where sometimes it's more better than that Nike they go buy. That in brain don't fix in a Nike na the best crap, Nike they go for. No matter how much you get for cost them. Now the same thing with the mindset of the Sierra Leonean. The Sierra Leonean in mindset say salon cement no better. Where you not get even an iota of how cement they work. Or not even get a lab science go test and for proof say this not better or this better. They can just you know assume and generally almost accept that thought and believe. Now the same thing like the business people Pradi. If you can go one close now free turn, that close begins sell. It's all man, all the trader they go take am. Within that first short period of time, you see the price of that commodity they fall, bad one. Now because how they think. Even you oversee, you can go something way better pass say no, this na copy, this na original. This now sabi na ya, this will not sabi this. This now sabi na ya. Now so we dey think. And that's not a problem na the country. Now the way the guy talk is correct. If government want make housing affordable, what if what should they do? If they relieve taxes on people on importation of cement or equipment the way people they use for build houses. In fact, this cement way don't go up, at least don't constrain or actually restrain people for bill. As a result, what they cause unemployment. People when are contractors, them they find out say the rate at which they get contract and get for fall. People when are plumbers, them way after the contractor don't structure the house, where they go do plumbing at the house, then go become unemployed. Electricians, the way they come for compass cable and for make electricity, they na their homes and they don't become unemployed. So now a trend will be say if you not tackle one area and make them very easy for make people and begin build houses from foundation to finishing, if they find out say when prices of commodities they increase, that they drop. Then na common sense, economics na common sense, not to book. When the price of commodities they increase, the demand they fall. So as a result, people the way they build somehow maybe they make for go plaster house now, they make Ebola wait for the cement don't go up. And the problem na Sierra Leone, when prices of commodities don't go up, I don't ever see a candle ever in the history of Sierra Leone say cement don't go up, it don't candle back to the original price. And within this short period of time, the rate at which the cement don't increase is over 50. Let me say it's 100% from 40,000 to it's over 50%. And that's very bad for the economy. Let we come to the issue na Guinea. In as much as me always condemn coup, but the president na Guinea, the former president, na in call that for him very self. The constitution get a mandate of 2 terms for rule. And again, the past government of the past government they try for test that water of more time. Now in lead to this for this coup d'etat na Guinea, because the constitution spell out say after you 2 term you forgo. And Alpha Conde Stephen, the constitution, they go for a 3rd term run where evaluates the constitution. And in that process, a lot of people them protest against and they kill over 90 civilians them during that protest. According to Amnesty International, then claim say now over 50. But the opposition they claim say it's over 90 people the way they kill. Well, look, over 90 people who they kill for just you one for being in power at the age of 86 years. What do you do again at power? You don't rule for 2 terms for God's sake. Why you need more time? The whole thing where stay up, the whole issue is the 3rd term with Iran. And this go teach African leaders a lesson that when you 2 term of office done as spelled out by the constitution, you not go and steal in the constitution for make you run for a 3rd term. No matter how popular you dey, more time you get for left something, for left something left you. No, they take a power, hold on to something, say people and become disgusted over you. Now it happen at Guinea. And again, ECOWAS, this is a double face. Why will Alpha Conde go for in 3rd term, no slam and sanction and condemn him? Why the guy then take over power after they not say, the then self no say, the guy actually violates the constitution. That is the complete hypocrisy of the Organization of Africa. Why not be slam sanction of Conde and say, Paddy, you 2 term don't do, you no need nobody for run and slam and sanction. Now the guy then do the right thing for freedom people them for make other future leader go can say when the constitution don't spell out say 2 term is 2 term. You don't need to add any other time in your 2 term for go to for 3rd term. You not to the one person, give chance to other people and for can rule. So I believe the other African leaders, then where they in governance go learn from this, say, if they're lucky for they in 2 terms of governance, after which they had to hand over power. There's no need for twist the constitution in any way for go for a 3rd term. They don't give you 2 terms. If you're able to fix something, go out and give other people a chance. Now that na me on take triple.
Thank you
you so
very
much.
much. Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yes, you hear me?
Yes, sir. Get the platform.
Yeah, this is a call from US. Well, me on take on this Guinea issue. I spoke to somebody yesterday. They bring up some theory about. They say, me man, just take it easy. He said, first of all, the guy will move this guy and countryman and tribesman. You know, he said this guy and I bring this guy from Guinea. I mean, from France. For can work for him. Yeah, from France for can work for him. He said, it's not a lot of person they talk to me. He said this to me, it look like a Shaka Stevie Momo issue. You know, where he want protection because he finds the people and doing the rally against him. He said, boy, you just take charge and pull me there and then when I take care of me, let me just live and the rest of my life in peace. Because coup d'etat no, they actually happen that kind of way in Africa. I mean, in Africa, it's very rare for let you see them get coup d'etat without not kill the president. Them, you know, it's very, very rare. So when the guy they talk that thing, then I started looking into it. I said, well, this is another conspiracy theory. You know, I don't know about them Guinean politics. So, but what you they say, look, get some water. You know, if you want to look historically at other countries, then, you know, because the guy is 80 some more years old. So if he say, okay, I don't bring you come, detention, don't they want take over, but take care of me for the rest of my life, there's nothing wrong with that. Because 9 tribesmen, it is not from the same tribe, you know. So that conspiracy, people don't know what's happening in Guinea, Lord, just stop for the speculate, you know, and just go with the flow and see how the outcome will come out. You know, that's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Yep.
Ayo, now we last caller now today. I'll call again, no. And let me just check. I know say I know nobody calling at this big yard. Yeah. No person. Okay. Alpha Conde na 83 years. Na be 82, either 83. He run in 2 terms. He manipulates the constitution. He say the constitution, the 2 term we been on, no mix again. Now they run back fresh for meet up the new constitution. Okay. And say this person, Lieutenant Colonel Dumbuya, na ingo pull and come on France, kautam. Waiting play, waiting not play. Well, yesterday morning, they say na early morning la fidi na indengia. Yes, early morning la fidi. But on a more serious note, though, the borders then close. We already know say whenever Guinea border can close, we can get a pinch. Now, we really need for the tribe. We can't be self-sufficient. We know that. But there are certain things that they will Salon need for the knocking chest and provide them for himself. More like the nyam the thing for it. No need for the go 3rd lot. Eh? So everything it's what I mean by 3rd lot. You know. But no need for the go 3rd lot for go Fenam. We just hope say the government of Sierra Leone go notice the cry of the people and go notice the cry of we where they buy cement. It's like nobody is listening. Nobody. Because remember the time before the Dangote cement came, And so we go can reduce price. Reduce? No. The way how cement and iron rod go up, man, you're not able for really actualize how it happened. How it happened. Imagine before $100, they give you a couple of 20, 30 bags of cement. Now, $100 neighbor give you 10 bags cement. Neighbor give you. Who go bill now? On an outdoor use go plenty. For use mud for bill. Beat the block with mud. Use mud back for plaster. Hey. Then if they sit down again, the mud price go up. Okay. Majuba say they don't open the borders then. If not so it be, that would be nice. Go there back tomorrow. No, people then. People don't know really say. Yeah, people then just like what I say. It say, this papi na they go over too. But anyway, Esti no go drink or talo drunk. Guinea no go dip on you who can drunk. No. Go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Three police. Tata.